If you're thinking about living down in Waikiki, then that may be the area that best fits your lifestyle. And this is definitely something we can talk about. But when you're living in Waikiki, there's so many things to do. There's so many options and so many things to consider. In this video, we're actually going to be talking about why everyone that does live in Waikiki loves living down in Waikiki. And we're going to talk about that right now. What's going on? Welcome to the Living in Hawaii channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about what it's like to live in Hawaii, eat, sleep, play, breathe, up, down, left, and right. Everything that you need to know about living in Hawaii. If you're thinking about making that move here, or if you're already on the way, or if you're already here and you're trying to find that place that best fits your lifestyle, then this is the channel for you. If you're not new here, welcome on back. Make sure you all hit that like button. It helps anybody else be able to find this information. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I put out a new video on this channel. And look, we get so many people reaching out every single day and we absolutely love it. And you can reach out to, you can send us a text, you can give me a call, you can send me an email, you can skip all that and schedule your appointment with us using the link down in the description below. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Hawaii. If you don't already know, we're going to go ahead and identify where Waikiki is as we go ahead and pop up this pretty cool Google Earth animation for you to let you see that Waikiki is down there on the southeastern shores of Oahu or Honolulu County. All right, most people kind of like Oahu, they don't really hear or know of it as Oahu. They know the island as Honolulu. It's Honolulu County, but the island is Oahu. All right, down there on the southeastern shores, you do have Waikiki, and Waikiki isn't as big as what a lot of people really think it is. All right, it is nestled under the zip code of 96815. If you're typing in, looking in your home search, right, and you're looking for homes specifically in Waikiki, you can make sure that you type in 96815 for that zip code, and Waikiki homes only will pop up, which is pretty cool. But so now that you know that, it is basically like just the strip, right? So you have the strip of Waikiki that stretches pretty much from Ala Moana all the way across past the zoo, and then you got what encompasses Diamond Head and around. All right, that's going to be your Waikiki. Now, one side you have the beach, okay, pretty much, and then the other side you have the Alawai, which creates this divider and really creates that section in between that is Waikiki when you're talking about walking either all the way down the Alawai past, Diamond Head and all that stuff, or on the beach side of Waikiki and walking all the way down and around if you can. Obviously, you can't walk around some of these areas, but you know what I'm saying. If you wanted to walk Waikiki, you're basically looking at Alawai side, beach side, and then everything in between when you're walking down Kalakaua, which is the strip and all that, which is what we call the strip anyway, right? In Vegas, I know it's the strip, right? Vegas Strip. Well, that's what we call the strip in downtown Waikiki, Kalakaua Avenue. But we've identified where Waikiki is. Let's talk about some reference points if maybe you're thinking you might need a car and you want to drive other places. A couple reference points for you if you're trying to figure out is Waikiki in that proximity that you're looking for whatever it is that you like to do, or if you travel to the airport frequently or some of these other areas. So what we're going to identify first is the drive to the airport. So let's go ahead and pull this up so that you can see the drive to the airport. Right here on this image that you can see from Google Maps, we just put some pretty easy directions for you in there, and you can see the 96815 for Waikiki. But they've got you pretty much in a central location of Waikiki starting out, and you can see some of the yellow lines, yellow dots inside of that blue line. That's where's your route, right? You can see that getting out of Waikiki is usually just sort of the bigger issue. Just getting out of Waikiki can be the problem for most. And then once you get to the freeway, not so bad. But at the time of this recording and this screenshot, you can see that the drive to the Honolulu airport is roughly 8.8 miles and going to be roughly 23 to 25-ish minutes. We'll just call it 25-ish minutes, give or take, depending on how long it may take you to get out of Waikiki. That was the drive to the airport. Let's check out some other reference points that you may be considering, like Haleiwa. Haleiwa is considered to be on Oahu's north shore, right? And the old historic town of Haleiwa is up there. It's actually a pretty hot tourist destination. We're not here to talk about tourism, but maybe you want to consider driving up to the north shore to hang out, or you work, whatever the case may be. But let's go ahead and identify where Haleiwa is and how long that drive may take you to get to from Waikiki. With this map image, again, we just put in basic general directions, and you can see Haleiwa's zip code of 96712. But Waikiki drive to Haleiwa is not going to be a short one. So if you're planning on frequenting to Haleiwa or North Shore quite a bit, then you're going to definitely make sure you have a car. And you're gonna make sure you want to find a place to live that has a parking spot, which can be a problem down in Waikiki. But you're looking at roughly a 33-ish mile drive and roughly around an hour, right? Give or take, depending on if there's traffic, if there isn't traffic, time of day that you leave, all those variables that come into play when we're driving our cars, wherever the case may be, right? So that's going to be roughly an hour though to get you up to Haleiwa. Like I said, Haleiwa is one of those historic towns that we have. It has had some renovations up there. We have a vlog tour of Haleiwa on this channel. Actually, North Shore, really. I started up at Pupukea and then made my way down to Haleiwa, walked through the historic town, so you can see some of that on this channel. Let's look at one more destination that you may be considering in Kailua. Kailua, another hot spot that you may be considering, right? Maybe you either going to be working in Kailua and want to visit Waikiki, or you're living in Waikiki like this video is about, and you may be going to Kailua for quite a bit. Maybe you're in the medical field and you work at Castle, but you wanted to live in Waikiki. Maybe you're in the Marines and you wanted to live in Waikiki, but you're going to be frequenting to Kaneohe Marine Corps Base up there, or Marine Corps Base Hawaii up there in Kailua. So let's go ahead and pull up the map and give you an idea of that drive time from Waikiki to Marine Corps Base Hawaii. I said Marine Corps Base Hawaii, I meant Kailua with the zip code of 96734. But from what you can see right here on this drive time, you're looking at roughly anywhere from a 35 to 45 minute drive, depending on the route that you decide to take. There are several different options in this route. You can take the 61, which is the Pali Highway. That's the one that you can see right there that says 15.4 miles or 38-minute drive at the time of this recording. You can also take the Like, which is not highlighted, but that's going to be the 63 just above the box that says 38 minutes. You can see the 63. That's going to be the Like Highway, or the Like. Or you can go all the way out and you can go all the way down to and take the H3, which is going to be roughly a 24.5-ish mile drive, or about a 43-minute drive to get you up into the heart of Kailua. So not too bad, and several different route options when you're talking about getting to and from Waikiki to Kailua, depending on what it is that you need to frequent travel for. So we've identified several different areas. Let's talk more about why people like living or love living down in Waikiki. One of the big reasons, and this may be you, right, depending on where you're coming from, but one of the big reasons a lot of people like living in Waikiki is because they're used to the city life. They're used to that hustle and bustle, fast pace, like I've got things to do life down in the city. Now, I was having this conversation with somebody, and basically, like, as far as if you're looking for something to compare Waikiki to, if you've ever been down to Miami, I would say that Waikiki is very comparable to Miami. When we're talking about a city, fast pace, hustle and bustle, lots to do, lots of tourism, right? And on the beach. So that's one of the best comparisons that I can think of at the time. If you have a better comparison, please let me know down in the comments. But for right now, as far as what I can see, and I've been to Miami a bunch, several times, but that's one of the very comparable ones. So if you're looking for that city life, you're used to that city life, you want to stay in the city, you want to be in the city for a number of reasons, and whatever your reasons are, right? Tons of people like the city life, right? Not necessarily a need for a lot of other things, but having access and proximity to all these types of things. Living in high-rise condos, maybe your thing. You want to have the views, right? The ocean views, looking around. You can see the ocean on one side, you can see the mountains on another side, right? Lots of people out and about, tons of things just to do down there, really down in Waikiki. But that city lifestyle, if you're looking for that city lifestyle, then definitely Waikiki, our little concrete jungle in paradise, may be the spot for you. Number 2 on our list is going to be there's not much need for a car. Now this obviously is situation dependent, depending on where it is that you work or what it is that you may need your car for, right? Commuting about the island. But as far as those people that look to just live in the city and everything that they're doing is in the city, then you may not need a car, right? And with gas prices right now at the time of this recording, that's probably a good thing, right? Some of the other things that come into play in these factors is when we're looking for a place to live, if you're buying a condo or renting a condo, does this condo come with a parking stall? That's a huge one. Parking stalls, I kid you not, down there in Waikiki can sell for upwards of 30, 40 grand, sometimes more, right? It's insane. And a lot of people that are living in these condo buildings that don't have the need for their car, like we're talking about, and their unit came with a car or a spot anyway, they will then rent their spot out. They can rent their spot out to like other people in the building, right? Or whatever the case may be. So if you're living down there and you want to, just keep keep everything close and you're getting around on foot or a bike, whatever the case may be, and there's just not much need for a car. What does this help do? This help eliminates your annual recertifying of your car on the island, which is done by weight. And we have 2 cars, but one of our cars is a sedan. It's a Kia Optima, and that one roughly runs me around $350 every year that I have to do that to register my car again. And then we have an SUV type Hyundai Tucson, which is roughly around $415, I want to say, to register every year, right? So we can get rid of that expense if you don't need the car. Obviously, we get rid of the gas expense if you have a gas-fueled vehicle and not an electric vehicle. So that's something you got to consider. If you have an electric vehicle, then it's like, does the garage have a port where I can charge my car, right? Then we run into that, and then it's like, oh boy, right? And then, like I mentioned, just not every one of them comes with a stall. So then it becomes a hurdle when it is as far as considered in your home search and you're looking for that condo that has a stall, right? That you can buy a condo unit that comes with a stall. How many stalls? Usually 1. Right? Where is that stall? Do I like it? Is it tightly packed? Like, all these things come into play when you're looking at condos down there. So not needing a car can definitely play into your favor if everything that you plan on having and doing is right there in the city. Number 3 on our list is going to be the job opportunities, really, right? And we're talking about the job opportunities. For one, we got to understand where Hawaii's economy is really based in 2022 and moving forward. And really, that's the tourism industry. Much like a lot of other places, we already talked about Miami being tourist heavy, right? And very comparable, but like Vegas and all these other places that have a heavy tourist economy, that's what we have out here. And if you're living down in Waikiki and you're trying to find a place to work, well, then you're definitely going to be considering hotels, restaurants, bars, and a lot of other jobs that are related around the tourist industry, because that is really the hub of a lot of the tourism, right? When most tourists think they're coming to Hawaii, if it's not Maui or Kauai, then I'm going to Waikiki, right? Or I'm going to Honolulu, I'm going to Waikiki. And they're staying in Waikiki, they're staying in really the hub of it all, which is jam-packed with tourists, right? So that's what presents the opportunity to have a lot of jobs available as far as being more open now that we're opening back up, and job opportunities in the tourism industry. There are other jobs. It's not all just tourism industry. There are other jobs available down there. This is definitely something that you should look on, like Indeed or ZipRecruiter. I do not work for these places. I'm not hiring, but you definitely have a lot of job opportunities when it comes to living in Waikiki and looking for work. Number 4 on our list is for those of you that are people persons, right? You like to meet and greet, you like to talk to new people, you just like to be around people, okay? And I know with what happened the last 2 years was just wild, and it kind of took us away from that. But there's those of us that still enjoy conversation and like to be around people. And that's what you're gonna get if you love, if you're looking to live down in Waikiki and you love being around people. What's really cool about Waikiki though is being around and meeting new people from around the world, all right? I know a lot of cities and a lot of places like to consider themselves a melting pot, right? And they got people from everywhere. I kid you not, Hawaii, as all the places that I've been in my life and lived, and living in Hawaii, Hawaii is the ultimate melting pot. If you think about where we're located in the Pacific, right? And you're looking at the West and what can come from the West when you got Japan, China, the Philippines, Taiwan, New Zealand, Samoa. If you're heading east, right, towards the mainland, and you got all the people from just mainland United States, and just everywhere. Like it's you got Australia, back west, southwest, right? Like, so it's just everywhere. You'll be down in Waikiki and you'll hear 5 different languages, like just walking down the street. And if you're working, like we were just talking about jobs, and you're working, right, in whatever industry, and you're talking to people all the time, like there's menus, there's anytime you go eat at a restaurant, right, the menus, there's several different languages for menus, and you just have the opportunity to really meet and greet just people from around the world, right? Different accents, different dialects, all this type of stuff. So if you're a people person and you're looking to just be around people and you love that environment, then definitely living in Waikiki is for you. Number 5 on our list is going to be your food, your shopping, and your nightlife. Waikiki has it all. When we're talking about living in a lot of other places on this island, there really isn't much nightlife when it comes to everywhere else except Waikiki. If that's your scene and that's what you like to do, be out at night, right? Whether it's the bars, the clubs, or you just like to be out at night, Waikiki is the place for you. A lot of these other places, if we're talking about West Side, Ko'olina, up the West Side, or even Kailua, Kaneohe, a lot of places shut down like 10 o'clock at the latest, right? It's funny enough, me and my wife actually watched a movie here recently in Kapolei, and we walked out of the theater after watching a long movie, and I believe it was 10:30 or 10:45. Everything was shut down. Everything. I was like, oh my god, I haven't been out this late in a while. Like, I'm not used to this, right? So anyway, though, back to the Waikiki nightlife. If that's your scene and that's what you're looking to be around and enjoy those activities and those types of things, then Waikiki definitely has that for you. They're going to be the ones that stay open the latest. When it comes to food, now that's just the entire island, right? You can get great food from all different cultures all around this island, but Waikiki especially, tons of different cuisines down there and tons of different places. And I'm not talking about just going and eating at like 5-star restaurants. Some of your little mom and pops are going to have some of the best like loco moco that you can imagine. It's great, it's amazing, and you got to check those out. When it comes to shopping, we talked about this in the beginning, but at the start of essentially Waikiki, you have Ala Moana, which is like the biggest outdoor mall in the world. If I'm wrong about that, please leave it on the fact check me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure Ala Moana is the biggest outdoor mall in the world. So you've got Ala Moana, which is huge, right? And then when we're talking about walking down Waikiki Strip, which I mentioned earlier was Kalakaua Ave. But when you're walking down Waikiki Strip, there's tons of different shops and stores and places that you can eat, sleep. Not sleep. Sorry, did I just say that? Don't sleep down there. But you can definitely go eat and shop is what I meant. I was thinking about the being able to eat, sleep, play, breathe, right? But you can eat and shop down there. There's tons of different, you're just walking down the strip, tons of options for you when it comes to eating, shopping, and then your nightlife. Last but not least on our list is number 6, and that's going to be Waikiki Beach. What can get better than that? Well, this is obviously, the place and the destination, right? You see all this in all the photos, all of it on Instagram, the postcards. Do people send postcards anymore? But all those pictures and stuff down there in Waikiki with Diamond Head in the background from that one spot in that hotel room, right? Tons of places, things to do down there. You got all the surfboard rentals if you don't have a board, or if you go get your own board. Like, you can be down there in Waikiki, walking down Waikiki Beach at 6 a.m. A lot of people are out getting their exercise in, which is really cool to see. And a lot of people at 6 a.m. are catching those sunrise surf sessions out there. Waves breaking early in the morning. People are trying to catch those early ones before they go start their day, right? The beach down there is absolutely beautiful. It's amazing, and it does get jam-packed with tourists. But then we just talked about meeting all kinds of people from all around the world, right? But the Waikiki Beach is just one of those places. It is the spot, right? The sand is great, the water is great, tons of different like boats, catamarans, all kinds of stuff coming in and out of there, jet skis, all types of stuff to do down there in Waikiki Beach. Really is the hub and the hot spot, and you can't beat it. Now, if you're looking for a secluded beach, Waikiki Beach is not the place for you. But if you don't mind people, right, and just, being down there in Waikiki and enjoying that environment, then definitely Waikiki Beach. If you're watching this video and you're going, yep, ding, 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 checks my boxes, Ryan, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm about to text you, right? Please go ahead and do so. But if you've made it this far and you haven't already hit the like button, please do so. It helps anybody else be able to find this information. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I put a new video out on this channel. And like I just mentioned, tons of people reach out every single day just like you, and I absolutely love it. You can do the same thing too, right? You can send me that text, you can give me that call, you can send me that email. You can skip all that, and you can use that link down in the description below to schedule your call with us. We're happy to talk to you about living in Waikiki, showing you the communities, going through the MLS, and looking at condos that are available. If Waikiki isn't your jam and you're looking for somewhere else, you can hit us up about that too. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Hawaii. I got a Waikiki vlog tour that's going to start popping up for you. You can click right here on this screen, and you're going to go watch that Waikiki vlog tour right now.